Hi guys, this is Misty from thebookrat.com, and this is my In My Mailbox / book haul for August 14th, 2011. It's kind of massive this week because I was a bit of a compulsive book buyer, but that's okay because I got a lot of good stuff, and I'm going to try to make it quick because there's just a ton of stuff to get through. So I'm going to get right into it. Most of it I bought. Did get a couple review books and gifts, so I'm going to show you those first. For review, I got Sweetly by Jackson Pierce. This is a companion to Sisters Red, but they're not dependent on each other, so if you haven't read Sisters Red, you can read this first, which is what I'm doing. I have Sisters Red, but I haven't read it yet. And I just want to show you quickly because I think it's pretty. The inside is like a charcoal gray, which I really like, and then the spine is just so pretty purple. I like that. And then the inside of it. Oh, it kind of matches my wall. Yeah, pretty purple. Looking forward to this one. I'll have a review up soon, hopefully before it actually comes out, so you can know whether you want to buy it. I did start it just to kind of see and really like it. I'm right there. Really like it so far. I also won a book that I'm super excited about. If you follow me on Twitter, you've already seen this because I posted about it when I got it in the mail. But from Lauren Oliver, I got Liesel and Poe, and it comes in the coolest packaging ever. So this is the box that it comes in. This is my head comparatively, so it's huge. The box, not my head. And it says, "A tale of one girl, two ghosts, and the most powerful magic in the world." And then it has like the back cover on the back of the box. And then this is the actual book. Isn't that the coolest package ever? The book itself is very pretty. It's all shiny and just gorgeous. It has deckled edges, which I love, and really cool illustrations and just like charcoal drawings throughout. And it's signed. Yay! So really looking forward to that one. Thank you, Lauren. And if you want to try to win one for yourself, she's having a giveaway on her blog every single month until it comes out, which is October. So we've still got a couple chances to win. Go over to Lauren Oliver's blog. Alright, as gifts from Liz at Consumed by Books, she sent me her Arc of Abandon by Meg Cabot. I believe she got a finished copy at the Meg Cabot signing that she went to. I love this cover and that it continues around. Very, very pretty. It is mythology based, so I'm really looking forward to that. I said last week, I believe it was, that I've never read any Meg Cabot, even though I own a ton of Meg Cabot books. So maybe I'll start here. I've heard though that this one leaves off on just like a complete no resolution moment, so I'm not sure how I feel about that. She also put in a bookmark for Witch Eyes by Scott Tracy. So I believe this one's coming out soon. I've been hearing a lot of buzz about that too. And then she also sent me her Arc of What Comes After by Steve Watkins. She said that this is a tearjerker. It's about animal cruelty. So there's a very good chance I'm going to cry. So I don't know when I'm going to read this, but thank you very much, Liz. Alright, all the rest of it I bought. And there's a shitload. So I'm going to start with the non-border stuff. I was talking to Liz and Allison of the Allure of Books on Twitter one night about our love for Tamara Pierce, and we decided we're going to have a little Tamara Pierce event. So probably around the beginning of the year, we're not sure what we're doing yet, but just a little I Heart Tamara. And so Liz was pushing the Circle of Magic books, which I haven't read yet by her. So I went on Better World Books, and they were in the bargain bin, so $3 a piece. I got Sandry's book, which is number 1. Triss's book, which is number 2. Daja's book, which is 3. And Briar's book, which is number 4. So I'm looking forward to these. I have heard good things about those before, and I love the Song of the Lioness series and The Protector of the Small. And last week I got Ladies of Tortall, which is the short story book, so definitely going to have some Tamara loving coming up. All of the rest of these I bought from the closing Borders liquidations. I hit 2 Borders in one day. I have a Walden Books in my hometown, which is a part of Borders, so I went there first, and then I also went to like a big Borders superstore later that day just because I happened to be near it. And I need to avoid them until like the very ends of the liquidation sale because this is out of hand. But I got Shadow Kiss by Rochelle Mead. This is the 3rd book in the Vampire Academy series, and it's the only one that I didn't own. So I figured I'd better go ahead and pick it up. I got Flawless by Sarah Shepard, which is book 2 in the Pretty Little Liars series. So I haven't read any of these yet, but it's a series I think that my little sister will read, so I'm always encouraging that, and I love these covers. Don't know when I'll get to that. Don't know when I'll get to any of this, for that matter. I had a little bit of an oops. I picked up A Porcelain by Garth Nix. I really like Garth Nix, and I thought this series sounded excellent. But this was the one that they had, and I assumed that it was the first book because it's called the A Porcelain series. So I would, think. But it's not. Lyrial is the first book, and Sabriel is the 2nd book. So I have the 3rd book in the A Porcelain series, and I don't have the others. So I have to read those before I can get to that, so that one's probably going to be a while. I got the Poison Diaries by Mary Rose Wood. I love this cover and have heard good things about this, and it was really cheap, so I figured I'd go ahead and pick it up. This one I saw on someone's blog. I believe it was on Kristen, formerly of Bookworming in the 21st Century, though she has a new blog called Book Monsters, but it might not have been hers. So if I misattributed that and it was your blog I saw it on, I'm sorry, but Kristen got the credit for it. I picked up the Books of Elsewhere, book 1, which is The Shadows. I thought this cover was really, really cool. And it's middle grade, and it's really, really nicely finished, just all the way around, very pretty. So, looking forward to that one. And I don't know much about it other than that I got a really high review on whichever blog I saw it on, and it was pretty. I picked up Sea Change by Amy Friedman. I was dubious about this when I first saw it because this cover is very romancy schmancy for me. But it got a lot of great reviews. It's got the whole mermaid silky thing going on, and the cover in person is actually really pretty. It's pearlescent, and I don't know if you can tell that, but it's really nicely finished. So it's stiff though, which I don't like. But don't know when I'll get to that. I got the Time Paradox, which is I believe the 6th book in the Artemis Fowl series, which is by Owen Colfer. Read all the others. I haven't read this one yet though, but it's been a while since I read any of the Artemis Fowl books, so I might read the couple prior to this just to kind of refresh my memory, I guess. But love the series, love Owen Colfer, he's pretty awesome. And speaking of, I got another book by him. It's And Another Thing. This is his continuation of Douglas Adams' Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy series. I haven't heard all that much about it, but I have all the Hitchhiker's Guide books, so I figured I'd go ahead and pick it up. This one was in the bargain bin for $4, and then it was 25% off, plus my Borders perks. So really, really dirt cheap is what it was, and pretty cool cover. So yay for Owen Colfer. I also picked up The Last Olympian by Rick Riordan. This is the last book of the Percy Jackson series. I have all of the rest, but this one I didn't have because it wasn't out in paperback when I bought the series. So now that it is, it matches, and I got it. I picked up a couple of urban fantasy paranormal romance books because they were half off plus my Borders perks. So really, really cheap. Last week I had got Fae Fever, which is the 3rd book of the Fever series by Karen Raimoning, the Michaela Lane books. So this week I got book 1, Dark Fever, which I have read, and book 4, Dream Fever. So I need to get book 2, and since all of the books that I got in this mass market paperback, I'm going to have to wait for the final book, Shadow Fever, to come out in the mass market so that they all match, even though it is a gorgeous edition. Shadow Fever, the hardcover. So got those. And because all my friends speak so highly of Kieran Marie Moning and her other series, the Highlander series, I did pick up one of those books, which I normally wouldn't have. I got To Tame a Highland Warrior. Now, I thought this was book 1, I don't know why, I just assumed, but it's book 2. So I don't know if I can start with this. If you've read this series, let me know if it's okay to start with book 2 or if they're really dependent on each other. But yeah, there are chesticles and tartan. I wouldn't normally have picked something like this up. This is definitely like one of those that I would want, you know, a cover for, so that I could pretend it was something that it's not. This is my in the closet type of reading. But yeah, a woman's tender touch, a warrior's steely heart. Those type of taglines just, I check out. So I wouldn't have normally picked this up, but this cheap and is highly recommended as it comes, I caved. I also picked up This Side of the Grave by Janine Frost. I thought that this was book 1. Again, I have no reason, I just assumed that it was because I recognized the title. It's book 5. So if you've read this series and you know about it, can I start with this? Do I really need to read the other 4? Are they dependent on each other? And is it worth getting to number 5? Lastly, if you know me, you're going to be surprised by this one, but it was really, really cheap, and I figure if a book is this beautiful and that cheap, I'm going to buy it. Even though. So, I picked up Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare. It's book 1 of the Infernal Devices series. I have read City of Bones and City of Ashes by her. I mean, take it or leave it type of thing. I had some real pet peeves with City of Bones, but there were things that kept me going. It was quick enough. After City of Ashes, I didn't feel the need to read anymore, so I hadn't intended to read these ever. Wasn't going to do it. I was done with Cassandra Clare. But it was so freaking cheap for a hardcover and for such a beautiful cover that I figured even if I don't read it, someone else will want it. So I'm going to give it 40 or 50 pages. If it doesn't catch me, it's going on to someone else. But whatever, I guess we'll see. So that was everything in my mailbox. This is a super long IMM, and I'm sorry about that. Next week promises to be pretty big too, because I have more books coming from Amazon, and I'm also going to the annual library book sale this weekend. So sorry, you're gonna have to be patient with me for these 2 weeks, but after that, I promise I'm gonna like chill out a bit. So, you know, if not, I'm gonna die under a fallen stack of books. Okay, let me know what you think of what I got, and if there's anything that I definitely need to bump to the top of the pile, and make sure to tell me about what you got or leave me a link. Have a good week.